And good afternoon from the CNET NY Studios on Tuesday, August 15th. It's a late edition of the 359 podcast. My name is BBG, and in the house we got the full team today. Ben Fox, Rubin, Roger Cheng, and, sorry, what?
I'm Mr. Me-Seats.
New guy.
Look at me.
New guy.
Hey, new guy. Couldn't help myself. What's up, guys? Sorry we're starting so late today, everybody. Thanks for joining us regardless.
It's Brian's fault.
It's my fault I got recruited to do a pilot for another show we're doing.
I thought we just wanted to do like a late night edition kind of thing, you know, for our like sensual viewers.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. Why did I invite you? I'll follow you into the dark.
This is your call, Ben. All right, so we're going to be talking about, like, obviously next week, we've got a big Samsung event going on. We all believe it's going to be the Note 8. Jessica Dolcourt has a nice piece today sort of advocating that Samsung, throw in something for Note 7 owners.
They've been through so much.
They have been through a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about a new Amazon program called Instant Pickup that Ben will fill us all the details in because I hadn't read the story. And lastly, we'll talk a little bit about The Walking Dead because we've got Norman Reedus, Daryl himself, as the cover Q&A for our latest edition of CNET Magazine.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, if you have any questions on these topics, leave us a comment. Brian will pick out the best, and we'll get to them in 3 minutes and 59 seconds.
From 3, 2...
Welcome to the 359. I'm Roger Cheng.
I'm Ben Fox Rubin.
I'm Alfred Ng.
Samsung is hoping to erase the memory of burning Galaxy Note 7s with the debut of the Note 8 next week. But our own Jessica Dolcourt argues that loyal customers who purchased the previous model should get some sort of break for their troubles. Apple, after all, did it during AntennaGate, offering free rubber bumpers. So why not Samsung? Yeah, no.
Like they only offered them, what was it, like a $15 credit?
It was kind of crappy.
Yeah, and like a phone case.
Well, no, are you talking about Apple or are you talking about Samsung?
Apple did.
Yeah, I'm talking about Samsung here, though, where they did make an offer. If you turn in your Note 7, then you can get discounts on all these other phones. But there were a lot of people saying, no, I want like a Note 8 or something like that.
Well, yeah, here's the problem is that
They didn't make
Note
it yet.
Too far away.
The Note 7 was the most advanced phone at the time. So when you were returning your phone to get a credit, like the only thing you'd get a credit for was for a worse phone, right? So...
Do you think that Samsung wouldn't want to reference the Note 7 in the Note 8 announcement?
They're going to have to.
They're going to have to.
But they did it so much. I mean, like, it would be hard to fault them for, they've gone out of their way a lot to apologize about this. They said it at a handful of staged events to actually go out of their way and say, look, if you were with us for the Note 7, we want to give you this like $100 credit or something like that.
Right.
I kind of feel like they're, stepping in cow dung all over again.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't think they're stepping in. I think they're still in it.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a nice little gesture. So Jessica suggested not just, if not $100 rebate, either $100 in Samsung Pay credit, free wireless charger, or free enrollment in Samsung's Care Premium Warranty Program, which is a year-long warranty program.
It just seemed like one of those things where they got the short end of the stick because they couldn't trade it for something better
or equal.
And there were people that I spoke to that were holding on to their Note 7s who were saying, I'm going to wait until I can get a better deal trading this in. And some of them were even saying, I'm going to wait until the Note 8 to do that.
Jessica does mention that these are generally Samsung's most loyal customers also. These are the folks that shell out the most money to get the very best that Samsung has to offer.
So, I mean, wouldn't you argue that it'd be smart for Samsung to make sure these customers remain loyal by offering them a little extra incentive?
I think so, but at some point they do have to put this in their rear view mirror. And
maybe
that's
by the Note,
that's why I said what I said.
I don't think they've reached that point yet. Maybe by the time the Note 9 happens.
Okay.
All right. So next up, we want to talk about Amazon's new program, Instant Pickup. Ben, what is Instant Pickup?
So Instant Pickup, they basically have about 22 college pickup locations. 5 of them they're converting into this thing called Instant Pickup, where you can pick up like hundreds of different items, like must-have or need-to-have-it-now types of items, like snack or a cold drink or whatever. Basically, they just added an inventory in the back where you can go on the app, order something, and then pick it up at one of these locations, one of these 5 locations, within like 2 minutes or less, like really, really quick.
The only way I can see this being useful on a college campus is if it's 24 hours, because a lot of convenience stores close, and then you're in some scenario where you can't buy things at 3 a.m.
Yeah, but what about in the afternoon? Couldn't you just go to a convenience store? Isn't that more convenient?
Yeah, and it would be more convenient. You don't need an app.
Well,
you don't need to even wait 2 minutes. You just get it.
Well, no, here's my argument, though, is that when you're in college, a lot of times you're in class, right? And then it's one of those things. When you go to the convenience store, you don't want to have to look for where it is and all this stuff. If I know that I need like, I don't know, a charger or something like that, but I'm stuck in class right now, I can order it on my phone, go and pick it up, and I don't have to walk around. I don't have to wait on a line, which like can get ridiculously long after classes happen, because like that's when everyone else is going to the store too.
Yeah, you also avoid the out of stock problem that you go into the store and you don't actually find it afterward. Mm-hmm. That being said, I think this is probably one of the less innovative efforts from Amazon. Yes. This is like adding steps to the process.
I've tried making arguments for this, but at the end of the day, I still think this is really dumb.
All right. So lastly, please check out the latest issue of CNET Magazine, our cover Q&A with Norman Reedus, a.k.a. a fan favorite Daryl from The Walking Dead.
Nice.
You guys still watch that show?
No.
I'd never watched it.
Not recently. Right. You guys just gave me like a pretty heavy spoiler.
I'm still pretty caught up, and there was a fairly significant death of the last season that had me torn about whether or not to keep watching. But I'm powering through.
Well, you still watched it, though.
Yep. All right, so for these stories and more, check us out on CNET. I'm Roger Cheng.
I'm Ben Fox Rubin.
I'm Alfred Ng.
Thanks for listening.
Wow, look at him in that motorcycle.
Pretty cool. It's cool, man.
Great cutaway commentary.
Wow. That's the kind of insight our viewers come to expect from the 359.
I didn't know my mic was on.
I think we lost our audience on that one. Straight shooter.
So wait, most of us aren't Walking Dead viewers in this room, unfortunately.
It's the most
I watched the
popular
first
program
season,
in America.
But as anybody who's ever watched this show before, I don't watch anything.
Yeah. No. It's true. And you know what? A lot of people kind of dropped off after that last season. It got kind of slow, got weird, and meandering.
It just gets tedious after a while. They keep introducing a new bad guy, and they keep losing whatever base they're supposed to be on.
6 or I think we're going into 7.
I watched like at least 5 seasons.
I dropped most shows after 5 seasons. That's why The Wire was like the perfect length.
Yeah, that's true.
5 years after 5 seasons is too long.
Good.
Oh wow, you went out on a limb there saying something nice about The Wire.
Yeah, I know. It's not really. It's a very controversial show.
Oh yes.
That's also the only show that I can remember is exactly 5 seasons.
I was
gonna say Breaking Bad, but I forgot how many seasons. I feel like it was 6, but I don't know. 6 seasons.
I haven't finished Breaking Bad either.
I have to got through like
how do you keep up with The Walking Dead and not watch Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad's a show I watch with my wife, and getting us together to watch a show is seriously tough.
That's why I stopped watching shows with my girlfriend.
Yeah, The Walking Dead I just watch on my own, so I can binge that pretty easily.
All right. Post-show time. Let's jump into the chat and get some comments and questions. Damon T says, they did right by their owners in Korea. They took a dump on the users in the USA. That's some strong opinion right there.
Man.
I just wanted to have an excuse to say, take a dump on this show.
Going out on a limb. Wow.
Wait. What was the difference in Korea?
I think in Korea they had a much more significant discount. I don't remember if it was.
Why?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the discount might be even applied towards the feature phone, but I think you got like half off or something. Like it was something
that's
crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah, like they did a really good job in South Korea.
I guess they live there. They want to make sure that like people don't like egg their house or something. Like, we don't want to.
You could.
Really
it's very easy to find the Samsung building and throw an egg at it. I guess. I don't think that would happen.
Let's make sure those people are very happy. So.
We got an opinion from Ridgeline H. They need to do much more, as many people got stuck between a rock and a hard place, meaning you gave up your phone when you purchased the Note 7. I think there might have been an accidental copy-paste there, and I reread that wrong. But yeah, you gave up your phone when you purchased the Note 7.
Some of the issues
guaranteed, I bought something to give it up.
Yeah, well, you trade in for a phone, and theoretically, you might have a phone that you're stuck with for like another 2 years. Mm-hmm. As the Note 8 rolls around, you're like a year into the contract, or whatever, a year into your obligations to it. And they should do something. If nothing else, they should make it easier for Note 7 owners with like a different phone to trade up to a Note 8.
Did we look into what were the most popular trade phones?
It was the S7.
It was usually the S7.
If anything, they should just accept it as like a trade-in like option. You know how?
Oh, like just fully trade. Like give us your S7 and we'll give you a Note 8.
Or no, you know how like whenever there's a new iPhone that comes out, you can trade in like a certain like but like a certain like brand of phones where like if you can't trade in like an iPhone like 2 and like they'll take it as like
it's because an iPhone 2 doesn't exist.
That's my point. Whatever. My point is I feel like the Note 7 should be like one of those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like trade in a Galaxy S7, last year's phone, and we'll give you a Note 8. Maybe, I don't know.
It's in the cards. I don't think that it's completely unlikely to happen. So we'll see if they do decide to do it.
I'll be interested to see what the carriers do, because a lot of these decisions in the U.S. are made by the carriers, right? Like, Samsung always says like pricing isn't determined by us; it's determined by Verizon or AT&T. So a lot of the onus will be on those guys to either introduce programs or offer more aggressive trade-ins.
And they're gonna know that you were a Note 7 customer in the past.
They should.
that's
I mean, the carriers should know. I don't know if Samsung necessarily can track it, although they technically could in terms of like registering the phone.
That's the other thing that I was worried about, like the scam value of it
Right.
all. Like, what if I just went on Craigslist and looked up like Note 7s and bought one for like $20 and then got like a $200 discount off of like the Note 8?
I guess
I
the
don't know.
argument
Yeah.
there is that Samsung can afford it, and they should be providing some sort of like gimme or coupon to people for putting them through stuff. So
this is a reminder,
people are gonna abuse the system, I guess, but at the same
Just
time,
as a reminder, they were posting like pretty much record profits the last couple of quarters because one, the Galaxy S8 has done really well, and also they make a lot of money selling components to both Samsung itself and other companies like Apple. So they've got the money.
Yeah, and
They can afford it.
I think they're still in there. Like, we need to win back we need to win people back on this thing.
You know what? I kind of agree, disagree there, because the Galaxy S8 has done really well, and I think if there was that whole issue of like winning people back, like I don't know if the phone would have sold as well as it has.
Yeah,
Like, it's been pretty successful.
That argument was pretty heavy going into the S8,
Yeah.
and they definitely hit it really well. I mean, like that was a very successful launch for them, and it had to be.
I mean, it was a solid phone for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
it was definitely a step up in design.
All right, shout out to the Datch for playing hooky to watch us today.
Yeah,
Dude, this guy,
nice.
Wow.
Hey, Matthew.
Respect.
Scorpion Havoc says, why doesn't Samsung and the phone carriers do something for the customers that had to get rid of their Note 7 to get a phone they didn't want? It was more like downsizing to get the Note 8, and that's unfair.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's sort of the
Yes.
crux of Jessica's argument there
Yeah.
is that, you're stuck downgrading your phone with no choice. So
Yeah, some people were literally had to get it like clawed out of their hands.
Yep.
Like even after they.
I mean,
bricked the
you
phone.
talked to a
I
bunch
talked
of
to a
Note
bunch of
7
people that were loyalists
right?
and wanted
Yep.
to keep it. A close friend of mine kept it for up until when they did the recall in like October-ish, right?
The second one? Or the first
Yeah,
one?
There
the
were
first
multiple.
one. The
There
first
were-
one.
The first one was, I thought the first one was
Like
was
September. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second one's October. He
Yep.
kept his phone up until March,
Wow.
and then he traded it for a
the GS8.
no, he traded
iPhone.
for the S7 Edge,
Oh,
which
okay.
is again a downgrade. And
Right.
I feel for him. It's one of those things where he should have gotten a better phone. They should have at least extended the period where you could trade it for a phone.
Right.
Until like there were better options out there.
So I have a theory or a question. How do you think the reviews for the Note 8 are going to shake out? The reviews for the Note 7 before all the problems started
They were awesome. They
were
were amazing.
glowing.
Oh yeah.
Because this phone, specs-wise,
Yeah.
outside of the all the problems, was a really impressive phone, very forward-looking,
Right.
all these new features, really exciting, whatever. Don't you think that like reviewers that are like within CNET and a bunch of other places are going to be like, all right, let's hold off for now. This looks okay, but it might explode.
I wouldn't agree with that. I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
reviews for other phones come out after the Note 7, and they're still all, this phone is amazing. Buy
Yeah,
the-
and the
we
wrote about the S8 too.
I would just we reviewed the S8 fairly, and I imagine Jessica is going to review the Note 8. We'll do it fairly as well. Like I don't think that baggage affects the review, right? Because ultimately she's looking at the phone for what it is.
It's a good point.
Damon T did clarify that there was a greater rebate for Korea.
There was
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you
I
for-
remember there was.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, I knew they did a little bit more in their home market.
And then he goes on to say the phone was by far not perfect. It lagged, the network dropped. It was a beautiful phone, but damn, Samsung owes more to its customers. All I received was a fast charging stand for a phone.
Yeah.
Better than nothing? I don't know. I was not in your shoes, so I can't really say.
Yeah, I think that people that bought the Note 7 and loved it are probably gonna
They're gonna buy the
grab
Note
it
8.
and
Yeah,
you're
they're gonna buy it
the
either
Note
way.
8, even if they were. God, I'm sorry for doing this. Even if they were burned.
I don't get it.
I'm sorry. I knew.
Come
What was I
on.
gonna do? What was I gonna do? Even if they got,
They
I
were
don't
in a
know,
terrible position.
ham-handed?
They
All
got
right.
stuck. I don't know.
They got screwed.
I was gonna say screwed, but
I don't get it.
Amazon. I'm kind of curious about this Amazon thing.
Instant
I
pickup.
haven't been in school in a minute, but
well,
What's
no,
that?
that's Alfred actually.
Yeah, I offered some very, student perspectives on this. I think
Right.
I came in here ready to rip this thing, and then like as you were explaining, I was like, wait, no, there's actually like several uses.
You've like talked yourself into it.
It can be useful.
Yeah, it's not bad.
In every situation, like certain things could be useful in specific scenarios for sure.
I just think about all the frustrating experiences that I've had going to like a Dwayne Reed or like a Walgreens or a CVS in between classes, and it'll be like I don't have enough time to get this thing because this line's super long because all these other people that are also trying to get stuff in between classes are here,
Yep.
and they're making this line super long. I'm not gonna make it to my other class. Damn it! And then I
I gotta ask though, what stuff are you buying in between classes?
Gotta get Cheetos.
Yeah,
You gotta
chips,
get your
mostly.
munch on.
I mean, I'm not
guys
going. I'm not
don't
going to
eat-
the.
you guys don't
gotta
eat in
drink
class,
like a Mountain
though.
Dew.
I'm not going to the store. I'm not going to the place like every day in between classes, but it'll be like
Like that's what I'm imagining. Like in between every class, you're like bag of chips, Cheetos,
to me,
Snickers.
it'll be like if I need like chapstick or something, or if like it's like
Ooh, that's
somebody's
cool.
birthday and I get them. And then for like my 3 o'clock example, I'm like, okay, well if it was open at like super late at night and you were like out of condoms or something, that would be the
Yeah, but-
perfect scenario.
But don't you think convenience stores are like in those areas are set up to be around colleges where they're open?
I think it
late
depends.
Hours?
It depends on the.
It's
depends on
been
the
a
town.
while.
convenience
for
store
me.
It
near
depends on the town.
the convenience store near my apartment was like closed after like 11. It was like a pain.
wow.
Then that convenience store stinks.
Yes.
And that's why Amazon has been eating everybody's
I mean,
lunch.
no, because it was like a town where it's like if you needed somewhere that was open 24 hours, you drive to it. And I'm like, I'm not gonna drive at 3 a.m. just to get condoms. I'm just not gonna like forget it.
Can we go back to can we get back to chapstick?
Yeah, can we get away from
yeah,
the
so I
condom
was
talk?
trying to,
about-
get
Jeez.
trying to get chapstick, right?
No, now you made chapstick dirty. I don't want to talk about that anymore.
one more question.
But
to
it'd be
bring us-
useful to pick it up from an app.
all right, dude. We got it. We got you, dude. Chapstick's important. I got it.
One more to go back to the Samsung
Yeah.
story.
Thank
MP
God.
Cody, what's the chance Samsung will not call it the Note 8 and give it a new name? They
We've
skipped 6 and
written-
went to
they're gonna
7.
call it
written
the-
about
I
this.
actually suggested that last year, right after the event, like right after not the event, right after their
Multiple
the whole
recalls.
Yeah, I was like the brand's pretty tainted. Like when you were on a plane, you heard those warning messages like you cannot have a Note 7, a Samsung Note 7 on the plane, right? So I argued that it'll definitely be called the Note 8 at this point. Like
Yeah, I honestly think their brand name from Note 1 through 6 is still stronger than.
There's
yeah,
no Note 6.
That's you're right. There's no Note 6.
Note
but,
1 through 5.
I don't know numbers, man.
It's okay. It's
know,
okay.
I
I've been
know.
corrected on this
iPhone
podcast
2,
before.
Note 6. Come on, dude. They're
How
always
did you
like
hire
these
this guy?
mythical phones that don't exist.
Semper Fidelis says they should call it the Chapstick 8.
Oh, no,
You
that's
can get it from the store.
that's
Get it
for
from-
a
You can
whole
get it from
different
the store
reason.
at
though.
3 a.m. Yeah, why not?
too many other people in line that want chapstick, man.
Entire conversation is completely off
Like if
the
you
rails.
really needed chapstick in between classes, like
Yo, like
and I meant
these
both
were like
forms of
super
chapstick.
chapped, man.
Okay.
They're so dry.
And the podcast.
This is why we have to do it in the morning when
I
you're
know,
like
I
kind of
know.
alert and still feeling kind of serious.
Now we're all kinda
you're,
loopy.
Post lunch and
Yeah.
like weird.
It's still pre-lunch for me.
Damon T says, "Hey, I need to be on this show," and yes, you do.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you're in
Better
New
writer
York,
than any of us.
if you're in New York, just I don't know, like tweet to one of us. Maybe we'll have somebody on the show. Is that a terrible idea?
I don't think it's a terrible idea, but we got to be, cautious and selective because we don't.
Right.
They
know-
picked me
I
off
think
the street.
I think I'm fine with Matthew Datcher. Matthew, if you want to come on the show, I would.
Wow, look at
invite
that,
you.
an open invite.
Yeah. He's in DC, I think. So, we'd be happy to have you on.
Listen,
I'm
we've gotten to
saying by
know some of these
myself.
folks, which is really cool. That's
Yeah,
still my
totally.
favorite part about the show is that we've got like the loyals, and then always welcoming the news too. But
Do we
just
have
saying.
like a name for our fan base?
Niners?
I think their name.
Niners.
That's a football team.
Our fan base is named Matthew Datcher, Michael Brown, Imagine Saggy. I think I'm done.
Don't forget about Danny Green.
There you go, Danny Green.
Could never forget.
Anyway,
Except you just did.
sorry. See, this is what happens. I swear to God, we're never doing a show after 12 ever again.
No, this was a lot of fun.
My fault, regardless.
After hours.
No.
Okay. Do we have any other questions? Or
No,
we're calling
we
it?
got to probably wrap it up for the day.
Okay.
It was a good show.
It was nice. It was nice.
Are you
Appreciate
guys
all your
reviewing
comments, guys.
yourselves?
As always.
All right. If you liked anything you saw or heard here, check us out on CNET. Our podcast is also available on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Feedburner.
And CNET.
He said CNET first, dude.
See y'all tomorrow. We're sorry. We're
iPhone
so sorry.
10